I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I said women.
Man School 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? The Sexual Revolution is being podcast. Right there. A little lower. What's up, motherfuckers? What's going on? We got a full house. We running a little late, but we here. So put that number up, man. Harry, what's going on? You good?
Oh man, I'm doing all right. I've been busy with the hustle and the bustle, the holiday season.
Cool. So you got your newsy hat on?
I do, which means I don't want to comb my hair today.
You selling papers?
You know, I understand you guys don't have that issue, but it's hard.
See?
So you're gonna attack my newsies hat?
Pun, what's going on?
What's good?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
You shrunk that sweatshirt? You just shrunk it?
Yeah, medium makes you look sexy.
Yeah, it's nice. See, I have this. My things also are form-fitting, but not by choice. His are showing off some muscular curvature there. Yeah.
Yo, you gotta turn me down a little bit. Like this is.
We're just trying to figure out which one's yours. Is that one's yours?
Yeah. Testing. Yeah, that's it.
There we go. How you doing, Dante?
I'm good. What's up, Dom? What's going on?
Hey,
I'm not gay no more.
Yeah. Wait, which one's Dom? I can't hear. I don't know. There's two voices at the same time.
I'm not gay no more.
Oh, Dom, that's good news, man. I'm so happy for you.
What's going on, Dom? How you doing? How's the weekend? We ain't been in the building for a minute. You good?
It's been pretty busy here because a lot of people are pre-recording for the holidays. So I've done like 18 shows last week and yesterday and today.
And not all of them are good. Let's just be honest.
Let's be honest. It's like
most of them are. I'm not gonna say which one.
They're all fun.
Not like this. Not as good as this. I don't give a fuck what you say, Dom. You don't get this real life experience no place else. Harry, what's going on with you? Your voice hurt.
Oh man, I've been burning the candle at both ends. So I've just been like, I don't even have a cold anymore. I just have the remnants of like this is what it is for the last month.
Yeah. So this
moving out.
Funniest thing with me and Harry is I always bother. I was like, if you could keep the dicks out of your throat, then with your voice.
And I said that has nothing to do with it. The doctor said it's fine.
Check that out.
The doctor said no, it has nothing to do with the dicks.
I'm no doctor, people.
Yeah.
I'm no doctor.
They said if anything, it's good for the passageways.
I hear.
We'll find out what's.
Pun, you good? You ready to rock and roll? There's people coming here to have.
Pun, you got anybody for the holidays? What's going on with you? I haven't seen you in a little bit, so is anything going on for the holidays for you, or you're just
keeping it light?
Keeping
man.
it light.
What's
light for you though?
Well, no,
when you say light,
I break up with everybody in December.
Nice.
But I'm budget conscious.
Nice.
Right before Christmas.
Nice, smart.
This is not working out.
You have an uncuffing season. That's your
yeah. Day after Valentine's Day, I'm back on the market.
Right after the 15th.
That's when the trade window opens up.
Back on the market.
Everybody who didn't get no gifts. Hey, just seeing how you're doing.
Pun comes out of a cave like a hibernating bear. Like February 15th is like
There you go.
It's time to
look at this. Here
get the dust off this dick.
Little darling.
It is expensive, man. It is expensive when you.
Yeah, I just had to send a whole lot of shit to my son out in England. 'Cause I was going to Christmas, and then the flights with Trump and the tariffs and shit. The flights was so fucking crazy.
That's the cost of winning, my friend. That's what winning looks like. That's what you don't understand.
Flights were 4 times what they usually cost.
Jesus Christ.
And so I'm going.
Nobody's traveling anywhere though, too.
We're celebrating Christmas in January. So
nice.
That's what we.
Your kid don't know any better. They're like 5.
Fuck. As long as I get him some shit.
Tell him the time zone differences.
He don't give a fuck. He also doesn't know the exchange rate between pounds and silver pound and dollars either. He don't give a fuck about that, which is kicking my ass. It's like 30% less.
What, the money
on a dollar? Yeah, you get 70 cents on a dollar for.
so you get less value right now in England?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's killing me.
Damn.
It's killing me.
How are we doing worse than England? I thought, or how they? No, wait, we're doing better than them, I guess.
No, we're doing worse.
Because the dollar's worth less.
We're dollars worth less.
Yeah.
Dollars
I
down.
see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. It's costing you more for the same
I know I
thing.
got to explain this because I'm international, and you just know the difference between the dollar in Jersey and in Brooklyn. But yeah, that's how it works in the world markets. Do you know what I mean? Also, pussy. Fun fact: pussy. Much more.
You get 30%, 30. Yeah,
because
70% on the
the
dollar.
dates is more expensive, and
That's true.
Is it? But you do get a half-inch on your dick. I don't know why that is. So it's just
Metric conversion.
Anyway,
I understand.
it all balances out.
I understand. All right, so you're going in January. What does he want? Did he tell you? What is he into now at this age?
He's really cool in that he just I'll take him to a toy store, and I'm pretty much like, if I haven't seen him, he could probably get anything he wanted from me.
Yeah.
But he'll be like, no, I want this.
Which is
It'll be something for like $6, £6.
This is a dollar. Like what?
And I'll be
What's
like,
he
you want
into
this? And he'll be like, no, I don't. Like, he won't even, how kids are like,
They're just focused on the
No,
thing.
he just wants the thing that he wants. So he loves, he wants, he had Stitch, but Stitch in this.
Lilo and Stitch from the Disney
Well,
thing?
you know how they have Funko
Sure,
Pop
yeah.
version. So there's a thing out there where you have it's kind of like in South Park where they have they have those mystery boxes where you open up the thing and you don't know what it is. It's like costs like 35 pounds or something like that. He wanted that.
Isn't that for the Labubu or whatever that horse
Labubu,
shit is?
the Labubu stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so but then he just wants one. Like
He
one
just
of them.
legitimately wants one. He's not trying to collect the rare.
No, he'll want one more later, but I mean, he's just very specific, so not a greedy kid.
When you were a kid, what was the dumb thing that you were like? What was a toy you were obsessed with?
Yeah, I mean, I have been laughed at about this. Do you remember a Bullet Man, the Human Bullet? Remember that?
No, what is this? Human
You remember
Bullet Man? I gotta look this up.
Bullet Man,
How
Human.
old? This has got to be one of those. It was either that or like Jax. You could either get that or like a ping pong paddle. Bullet Man.
Bullet Man, the Human Bullet. I think he was.
Is this like a ghetto superhero that I didn't know?
Son,
Like
stop.
Bullet Man. Have you ever heard
Stop.
of Bullet Man?
I never heard of Bullet Man, but he got me by a couple of years. So.
Stop. Bullet Man. Look it up. It's gonna come right up. Bullet Man, Human Bullet. Action Jackson was
Action
also.
Jackson. I
Remember that? I had that whole series in the Safari.
I remember Action Jackson.
Yeah, but
That was Carl Weathers, right?
No, son. I'm talking about the toy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Carl Weathers was a toy, right?
Nah,
I guess he
Oh,
made,
then I
maybe he
don't
made
know
the
where
movie.
Action
Yeah, I don't know.
Action Jackson was a whole thing.
I've
yeah.
never heard of Bullet Man. I'm seeing
They have-
this cartoon or this comic book.
It was a dude with a bullet head. He had a shiny chrome bullet head.
Yeah, you go right there. It looks
And
like
he-
Destro.
And he had a fucking fishing line string, and you could hook him to it and you slide him on the and he would bust through brick walls and shit with his head. They didn't know about CTE back then. You put it up.
Yeah, I got a little.
There it is.
Oh, there we
It's
go.
a little
That's
blurry,
Bullet
but that's what it
Man.
looks
No,
like.
that's fine. You visit him now. It's a very sad. I saw a documentary on Bullet Man. It's
Yeah,
not.
he's
It's
in a
not going
wheelchair.
well. He
He's-
doesn't really remember
He
much.
mumbles a lot.
Yeah.
You
You know.
Bullet Man, Human Bullet. It was Big Jim, Big Jack. You remember them? You don't remember those either, right?
No.
Put up Big Jim, Big Jack. It was straight muscle dudes. Like they were like more muscular than fucking He-Man. But you got
Big
that
Jim,
Big Jim, Big Jack.
From my end, I'm seeing it just looks like Ken, but like a better looking Ken.
Like Ken from like Ken and Ryu.
No,
from
like
Street
from Barbie.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
They have
he's
muscles.
definitely not D's bigger than He-Man.
No,
they were-
like look at Big. Let me see what you got. Big
Yeah,
Jim,
Dom, if you could pull up Big Jim. There we go.
Big Jim. There was Big Jack. All of them had muscles, and they had they had a thing you could put a metal strap on their arm. You bend the arm, and it popped off.
Yeah, you can kind of see it as like instructions next to it.
Yeah.
It's showing the arm.
Oh, wow.
And I think they had Big Jack. They had a whole series of them, like muscle dudes, big arms.
Punisher, when you were a kid, what was the toy that you were like?
Ah, bro.
Pussy.
Voltron.
yeah.
Voltron. All day.
Voltron, yeah, right. You could piece them together.
With
And,
the lions, and you put them down.
These are the other ones, Dante?
Yeah, they had a black dude too. They
I mean,
had
that's
an
the
Indian
Village
dude.
People, Dante.
Yeah,
That's like
kind of like that.
That's bro. Look at that.
It was kind of like that.
Oh, I mean, come
You
on.
had the
That,
Indian dude.
that
you had
one
the
guy's a
Asian
sailor.
Dude. Yeah, the Asian dude, the longshoreman, the ninja. They had.
that one guy has a bottle of baby oil.
Where's
That's
the
his-
black dude? There's a black dude too, you know.
Oh, there's one. Oh,
I'll
boy.
look for it.
Yeah, there's a black dude in that whole series. Little
Oh,
action.
man, you had gay action figures, man. Nothing wrong with that.
There was no
but-
gay back then, son.
Oh man,
It
when
didn't
you
exist.
when you
It
went to
didn't
bed,
exist.
Toy Story wise, those five dudes, they ran a train on each
Don't
other.
you do it.
Big
Don't
Jim,
you-
Big Jack. You know what they're
Don't
jacking. You know what he was jacking.
Don't you do it. Don't you spoil my fucking childhood, you motherfucker.
G.I. Joe. That's why he left. You're like, where'd my G.I. Joe goes? He vomited in his mouth. He goes, I can't be seen with this. I'll lose my
They
endorsement.
were the black
Oh
dudes.
man,
Big, what was he? Big what? What was his name?
I don't
It
want to
says
say.
Big Jack on the arm. I don't know the specific
So
name,
Big
though.
Jack was the black dude. Yeah. So we had to fight for black representation in toys.
Even that.
Yeah, and then that's what it is.
man.
Phone numbers are 513-202-NERO. I wanted to talk about this. So I've been going through some stuff. Shout out to Ahmed out in
Abu Dhabi or
Abu
Dubai?
Dhabi.
I'm gonna list them all. The ones I remember: Saudi Arabia, Riyadh.
Yeah.
Which one's he in?
He's, I think, not Abu Dhabi, but it's one of those places with the arranged match. It's just a very difficult.
Bahrain? Wasn't it Bahrain or Qatar?
It might have been Bahrain. It's Bahrain.
Yeah, I want to say. It was
It's very difficult to do because of these cultural norms and no dating and no living.
Yeah, it's
together
almost
and
like
those-
it's a terrible idea.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
And it
but
just-
he's doing it, and you can't. I mean, that's his
Yeah,
thing.
but I mean, what is it really anymore? I mean, how
No,
much
it's-
more? How much more success does anybody have in regular relationships if you don't know what you're doing? So,
Well, now, but here's the problem: those marriages probably last statistically, but they're miserable. They hate each other,
yeah, oh yeah,
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the difference?
Yeah,
you
but
know what I
that's,
mean?
that's immigrant kind of marriages a lot of times. Anyway, it was just a time when people would get married and just stay.
they just stayed
they
married.
just
Yeah,
stayed
that's
married, and
religious,
they-
like Catholicism. There
Yeah.
are plenty of people who, like grandma and grandpa, couldn't stand
hate
each other, and
they're
there's
just waiting for each other to die.
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that.
That's the
Yeah.
house I grew up in.
yeah. Is that really
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
parents?
dude, I never seen my grandmother and grandfather have a conversation.
Really.
I thought you were gonna say be like intimate or like very like touchy or feely like.
That's how I never see my mom and dad fuck.
No, I meant
Like I have. Harry's like
no, I meant like I guess I used the wrong word, not intimate, but like
being
warm.
public affection.
Public
They
affection.
stayed
You're
in
like
separate
they wouldn't even
rooms.
talk. You've never even
Not
seen them
I've
talk.
never seen them have eye contact, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, sorry.
My mom's and pops were sometimes, but they would always. It was always. There was shame to it. Like my dad would kiss my mom and stuff, and she would be like, "Reggie, stop!" Like the kids. Like not in front of the kids. and
no,
stuff.
that's different. I think that's
Yeah.
just more like.
But they did.
Yeah.
My pops used to go to the family reunion and then tease everybody, all his brothers' wives. Look at my wife; she's the prettiest one here.
Oh, so they were good. They were good.
And she cooks the best. What are these wings here? My wife's fried chicken
really-
is the best fried chicken.
Your dad really had to blow other people's
he would-
candles
yeah,
out
he
to make
would
his
just-
shine brighter, huh?
Yeah,
I mean, your mom was a beautiful woman, but there's no reason to shit. All you have to do is, how beautiful is my wife? You don't have to go, comparatively speaking, especially. I mean,
You guys
regardless
know.
of the bell curve here.
She would come in. Look at my wife. She's the most beautiful person in here.
Your dad would come in there like he was Bobby the Brain Heenan with Ravishing Rick Root. What I'd like to have right now is for all you ignorant, ugly.
Yeah, he used to. My wife's fried chicken is the best. I don't even know if he's just horrible. So, but it is what it is.
Anyway, I meant you were saying.
But yeah, it's just a very difficult situation, and he's kind of running into just running into a situation where the communication is not there. Like she's a good girl and this and that and the other, but you
Wait, what's the update on it? Last we left, he had divorced his first wife already, right?
He's married. He's married, and it's moving forward. But apparently,
Is this a second marriage?
Yeah, he dumped the other chick.
Right.
He's got another one in the, but he's like, they keep adding, they keep moving the goalposts. So it's
Who
like you
keeps
got to
moving
get
it? The women
married,
or
you got to
the-
pay the dowry, then you have the party, and then you got to have the party under God. There's another part, so they threw another loophole in it. And the reality is that one thing I'm really happy about, that I've got him to the place with it. If he's not happy, he's ready to leave. It's just unfortunate that it cost him a grip every time he wants to leave, because you got to put the money up, and we got to get some AC in here, Dom. It's getting hot as shit in here. It cost him a grip every time he gets divorced. But he's in a situation where sex is not until all of the processes are gone, and then, it's just.
Well, he's doing what people do with dates, where
Yeah,
you go for
and he's
dates.
trying-
The
it's
problem
just-
is he's already married every time.
Yeah, so you got to really be precautionary. You got to be really, watch the parents and stuff. And then there's always this thing, because usually the women are younger, they're in their 20s, and so they haven't even matured yet in a real way, because they're under they go from their mom's house or their dad's house right to being married. And how do you get that? But here's the crazy thing about even that. I find that the cultural aspect of this stuff is so fucked up, because here's the thing. I think, and this is like when you've been Americanized, like you realize the world is shit, right? And your expectations are different. Like if you're a black family in America and you haven't been locked up and you ain't in jail and you got a job, your parents is like, yo, this is a win, because they're aware of all the systems in place to fuck you up. But if you're an immigrant, if you're African or Arab or Indian or something, the expectations are so high, because the expectation is that why aren't you you're going to this land of opportunity. Why can't you succeed? And then when you realize that the system is not the system, then not only is there a racial system in place, but there's also a class situation in place.
Yeah.
Like, people are not poor. Like this idea of you being poor and you just becoming rich in America, it's just not the case. If you don't have
Probability of that is very low.
it's
Very
absurd
low, yeah.
to do that. I mean, it just does. I mean, I'm not saying you can't hit the lotto, but even when you hit the lotto, I had a friend of mine who had a like a corner house where he had the whole end of the house in Greenpoint, and the land, because he had a 12-car garage attached to this little house.
Oh man, that's a lot of land.
And he wanted to build like a 16 unit apartment. You can't, even though he had the land, he owned the land, he couldn't do it, because what he would have to do in terms of the unions, the negotiation with the unions, and getting the permits. So he ended up
The amount of money,
He
yeah,
ended up selling it to some prince, some Arab prince who developed the whole corner and then built a 20.
Who can afford to put up that money up front and get that money later on?
And this is the problem with America, why it's falling, because there's no, this idea of the American dream just doesn't really exist. I'm not saying it can't it happens in isolated, but overall it doesn't happen.
Mostly it's a crock of shit.
Yeah,
and it's a leveraged game.
Yeah. And then it's, you get people that go, oh, we don't want to tax the rich because they're the job creators, when the idea is not to give you the opportunity to grow anyway. And you find over and over, every major ethnicity in this country at one time, it did illegal stuff. Like, that's where the mob came from. You even had Jewish gangsters,
sure,
Meyer Lansky and stuff like that. When you had after the fall of Russia, you have the KGB who came here, and they were the Russian mob, and then the Albanian mob, then the Armenian mob. Sure. So you've had this over and over again, and so this.
Well, because there's no opportunity. You have to, right, especially when you're an immigrant. You have
the Kennedys were bootleggers.
Sure.
So they made their money off of bootlegging. So you're in a situation where culturally, the perception is that you can. Like, why aren't you successful? You know.
So how does this relate to Ahmed? I'm sorry,
The point is that it is there's really not this. That's the only thing that they care about is financial success. So there's nothing about fulfillment.
Culturally, yeah.
Fulfillment of happiness. You're fulfilling yourself happy. Why?
But let me ask you that. I understand that's initially for survival, right? If you're in a poverty, you come from poverty. But even when these cultures reach a point where they're very successful, the mentality doesn't then, happiness never enters into it still. No. Like, especially, I've done a bunch of those Indian weddings. And it's not, I mean, they have a good time and everything, but the idea is not about finding a happy life. It's about a successful partner. You can't just marry somebody because you love them. They better also be successful.
Right.
So, I mean, at some point, that doesn't enter into it anyway for some reason.
And potential is not even a thought of it. It's what
has to be now.
What you got right now and how that plays out. The problem is that you're asking people. So now you have all of these young men and young women who are operating on this system that's just unrealistic. And because of this unrealistic system, they are put in a place where they just can't win. They're never going to find the intimate fulfillment. They're not going to. Most of the time, you're not going to have the satisfaction of your parents and what you're doing. They're not going to be okay with how you turned out and what you did, because that's not good enough. And then there's this constant pressure. And even when you are successful, when you become the engineer, you become the doctor, it's still not good enough, because the point is to keep the pressure on your neck, so that you just keep achieving. I'll just keep pushing them. And then the other thing is, they don't know, a lot of immigrant families don't even know how to get your foot up off your kid's neck, just to say, man, it's, this is a, you did good.
Right, yeah.
How many dudes I know that, their parents died, and then what happened to me when people said to me, man, your dad always talked about you, and he was, so I was like, well, I was totally unaware of that, never said it to me.
Yeah.
He never, even to the point when you was at my funeral. Did you come to my dad's funeral?
No. I came to your mom's.
But it's almost like, thank you so much for letting your dad. I'm like, we didn't let him. He did what the fuck he wanted to do. Yeah. He just wasn't around because he didn't want it.
Well, also part of that from your dad anyway was a facade. It was for show as well.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I don't know if I would say a facade, but I mean, he wanted
part of it, not all of it.
He did it. Well, facade is as if it wasn't happening. Like, he genuinely helped a lot of people. I mean his praise of you at times, because he fought with you a lot. Person. I don't think it was a facade. I think he was proud of me. I just don't think he knew how to. I just think he wasn't okay with telling me that I was doing good. or that he was impressed. And I think also to a certain extent he was jealous. And then, there's a lot that goes into that. And what I always say that my dad grew up, my dad was born 1920.
Yeah.
Right in the heart of Jim Crow. He had 8 brothers and 8 sisters. They grew up in the Depression. Like, so how do you, when you don't have when you don't have food in your stomach, you go to bed hungry and shit like that, how do you become this overly sophisticated person? Like if you're hungry, you ain't writing poetry. Do you know what I mean? Like, I always say Maya Angelou would have not wrote So I Rise if she had an abusive husband that was beating her over the head with a cookie sheet because she didn't put enough chocolate chips in the cookies. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to be in a space of leisure, in a sense, to be artistic and stuff, because otherwise you're just surviving. And I think a lot of times parents get into a situation where it's about survival more than anything. And then when you're dealing with their own particular jealousy and the fact that they want to be relevant in your life, they want to maintain their control over you because they don't see you as equals, and a lot of times haven't even thought about this. Like, one of the things that I've always thought about, and probably why it took so long to have a kid, is that I was like, what do I want my son to be like when he's 26? Like, what things do I want to teach him? Like, how is he going to look at 26, and how can I teach him these things when he's a child so that he can he can access those things when he's in his 20s, the self-reliance and stuff like this. Like, one of the things that, like, initially him being in England was a rough time for me because I wasn't going to be around him. But the fact that he's in England and I don't have to worry about him being killed by police.
Oh, that's a nice plus.
And the fact that his mom is very like artsy and hippie. Like, my son will stand on the coffee table and take his karaoke speaker, and he will sing.
Nice.
Like, and I mean, no, not necessarily words, just noises, but he be going at it.
He's like Bobby McFerrin.
Yeah.
Bop, 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 bop,
Don't
bop,
worry,
bop.
be happy. But I never could have done that. Like, for me to stand on my mother's coffee table,
Oh, Jesus.
I'd have got the shit beat out of me. Because in America, there was always this thing about, you need to be this way. You need to be careful about your safety. You have to know how to talk to cops. We had a whole living room that nobody was allowed to go into with plastic covers over the furniture. It was for the family. There was this whole kind of, in a sense, what you were saying is this facade. You have parents who really didn't understand what it was to communicate. We beat our kids. We all got beat. And we got beat as somebody was telling you not to be violent. It's like, how you kick my ass and tell me not to fight when you kicking my ass? So there's so much of this is just that nobody even thought about how this stuff was affecting us. And then you create a situation where, even as a relationship, internally, the way that your parents interact, it affects you. I mean, you think, because you just think that that's normal. That's the way people operate. And it's not, it is the way people operate, but it's not the way people should operate. People should communicate and discuss and take into consideration and don't overtalk each other. And then what we do is we learn, we get we get a father that's he don't want no problems, so he's soft. And so the mother is overbearing. And then we're out there, when we pick the women that we pick, what we perceive as womanhood is this woman who's always yelling and overbearing and this and controlling and stuff like that. And then when we get the nice girl that wants to treat us, we don't like that.
Bored.
Because it doesn't feel normal. What feels normal is the
Chaos.
And the stuff like that. And you wonder if that's what you look for. You know what I mean? Because how does it not affect you if you see it? And the person who you respect, at least as a child, as you develop yourself into adulthood, the person who you respect as a man and the person that you respect as a woman are these very troublesome archetypes.
And you think that's what Ahmed's going through a little bit?
No, I think the cult. Yeah, part of it is. I mean, I think he's really on point because, I'm proud of him because he's not letting these cultural norms
Control him completely. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll if she don't do what he wants, he's out. I mean, he's already done that. And then
So he married the second one?
Yeah.
I don't think he has a choice.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
last time we spoke, it was
date,
like
bro.
last time I was here and we talked to him, it was like during the summer. So this was a quick one, no?
No, I mean he's went and met with the family, looked at the relationship of the family, and also they're young. I mean you're not gonna have an arranged marriage. Not really. I mean you're not gonna have where the parents and everything is and the person is 40. You ain't buying that old milk, dog. That's
brown avocado.
Yeah, it's like you ain't like. You're not.
No one goes to the supermarket. You all got any brown avocados?
Yeah.
What's with these nice, smooth avocados? You got nothing with some dents in it?
I need the bananas that are ripe right today. Like tomorrow, they will be bad. So they're gonna get slimy tomorrow. It just.
Dante, we do have a $20 super chat from Time Shift.
Let's go. What does it say?
He asks, do you leave a woman by herself if she leaves to go flirt with other dudes while she's with you, even if she's drunk? I feel the answer is yes because of the disrespect, but I feel responsible for her safety if she's with me.
If she's with you, I think you can go. You can go. Listen, I'm out. See you later. You give her and this way you're letting her know that you're leaving. And she can make a decision about whether or not she wants to come with you or not. Anything on that?
Well, go ahead.
I mean, I concur, but I'm more direct with, I'm out because you're flirting. Like I'm gonna let her know because I want her to know that her behavior is a deal breaker for me. Mm-hmm. So I want it to be clear that that's why I'm out and give her the chance to apologize or check herself or whatever because I don't know what she's used to. But I would definitely leave.
And
I would do the same thing with you. Well, I think the reason I follow Dante's logic of you just leave and then if she gives a shit, she'll ask why.
Yeah.
Because if she doesn't give a shit and she doesn't follow up, that's even doubly like, okay, you're doubly useless to me.
Yeah. So the reason why I had kind of moved to the point where there's something that I say over and over again which is make ultimate decisions, don't give ultimatums. So what you have is this situation where she's presenting this situation where she's just being disrespectful. First of all, if she drank and she can't hold a liquor, that's not your problem. Like she's supposed to be able to operate in the space where you need to be, where you need to be comfortable with the way that she operates. Leaving would be like, I think I've learned that I don't give somebody an explanation unless they ask for the explanation. Because if they don't ask for the explanation, they don't want to know. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Then if you go, hey, you're being disrespectful, I'm leaving. You don't. I mean, she knows what she's doing, and if you're leaving, then she also knows that there's a problem, and so she has to be able to discern why you're unhappy and what she's done she should be able to put that together in her own head. He's leaving. I don't know why he's leaving. If she didn't mean it that way, then she needs to, well, whatever. Well, maybe it was this but that process, that thought process, comes from somebody who wants you to be happy. If somebody's acting like that, it may not be intentional. She may be drunk. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's not a customer. But you leaving says to her, "Yeah, I'm not." First of all, if you have a conversation about what it is, then that's a negotiation. You know what I mean? If she asks, then that's why you're giving an answer to somebody who wants the answer.
The interesting caveat of the question is that he brought her there, right? So let's say you came to this party together.
Yeah.
He's saying, do you just leave without her, or do you?
No, you go. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. And then if she goes, oh, well, let me come with, then you can take her home.
Yeah.
And you can explain to her.
But there's no way you're going to come up and go, listen, I'm leaving. She's talking to a bunch of guys, and you go, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
And if she don't ask you
to come with,
or
she goes, all right.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
You know, and she's going to know. There's never a situation where they don't know. So we got to call. Let's go.
Catch a ride with one of these guys.
Yo, what's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Hey, it's Trey from San Diego.
What up, Trey? What's going on?
What's good? What's good, Dante? What's good, Harry? What's good, Punisher?
Hey,
I just wanted to say real quick. I don't mean to interrupt, but Dante, that gymnast episode was never posted on YouTube.
What gymnast? Oh yeah. They asked.
had a gymnast.
You're talking about they asked us not to post it.
Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know. Okay, all right, I'll let y'all get back. I just wanted to let you know. Okay.
Yeah. That's what Godfrey's thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we had this little gymnast that went viral, and then she asked to be on the show, and she wanted to came in. And her and her mom and them came, and then they, we was like, well, do you have problems being a black gymnast in a predominant, so whatever. So
you want to fuck with her sponsorship money?
She ain't got no sponsorship, dog. She's fucking.
Well, she ain't gonna get any like that.
She's already she's already a senior, dog. She's already old. Like
how old is she?
I don't know, but she's graduating from college.
Oh yeah, no, that's done. Yeah, you got to be 14.
Yeah.
You got to start.
Yeah. But yeah, getting to that. So that goes to make ultimate decisions, don't give ultimatums. There's not a conversation. There's only a conversation if there needs to be a conversation. You have to buy the house based on what the house was appraised at the time when you buy it. So if you're in a situation and you're out with this girl and she's flirting with dudes, first of all, there's no way in the world she doesn't know that she's flirting with dudes. And if she thinks that that's the way she should operate, I'm
drunk. I don't know.
What?
I'm drunk. I don't know.
Yeah, well, all that is also unacceptable.
Right.
You being drunk is unacceptable, and if you can't control your behavior and you don't know, that is also this is clearly not right.
I'm drunk, bitch. Go grab a bottle of water.
We got a call. Let's go.
Eat a sandwich. Sober up.
What's your name? Where you calling from, fam?
Yo, what up? This is Chris from Detroit.
What up, Chris? What's going on? How can I help you, bro?
What's going on? Man, I just want to call and let you know, man, you still wrong about them bears, deers, and bunnies, man.
What happened?
You still wrong about them bears, deers, and bunnies.
Wrong about the bears, deers, and bunnies?
I'm messing with you. I'm playing. That's not what I'm calling.
Okay. What's going on, bro? How can I help you?
Nah, man. You spoke on a little bit a few weeks ago. I just didn't get a chance to call in on it. Can you explain to the gentleman how it's still always your fault?
So the point when I say I'm not saying that you can't be in a situation where somebody's unruly. I'm not saying that you can't be in a situation where somebody out and out does something that is a violation. But what I am saying is there's never a situation when there's not some hint or some red flag that brings you that reveals to the fact that the behavior that's coming down the road is gonna come. There's never a situation where somebody is acting out of character. People are acting the way they act because this is the way that they've always acted. It's sort of like a linear equation. It's like you pump the variables through the linear equation and it plots a line. Each answer plots a line, and you could connect the line on a X and Y graph so that you could see ultimately how this is going to turn out. So you can tell by this is the case. What happens is when you like somebody and you're attracted to them, what you start to do is you start to overlook all these red flags that pop up because you want to smash, and so you're overlooking the disrespect and those things, and then you end up in a funky place. So had you have taken in with this is why I always say never let emotions have a seat at the table. It's because if you're acting in a way where you're paying attention, you're gonna get that little tinge. Just like if you go to work every day and let's say you late all the time. And then today you said, look, I'm gonna get up early and get to work, right? But you're riding down this main road and you see the ambulances, you can see the flashing lights, but they're 10 blocks away. Now, if you stay on that road and you get all the way up to the flashing lights and then there's a fire where you can't back out and you can't back, it's like, why didn't you make the decision to turn off earlier? Do you understand? But what will happen is because you want this chick, she's giving you vibe, and you're attracted to her, whatever. You're willing to just give up your dignity, to get in, which is really odd because when you maintain your dignity, that's the thing that gets you in the first place. If you are no nonsense taking dude, women just find you all attractive. And if you got a girl who just wants a guy, like if you got a chick, I was talking to this dude, a good friend of mine, and his chick had she wanted to open an OnlyFans, and it's like, yeah, but then it was like, yeah, but I'm just gonna play with myself, and then it was like, then she had dudes playing with her, then it was, but if you wasn't okay with this in the first place, then why would you allow it to happen in a way that because it's only gonna get worse. So
that's part of it where you say it's your fault. It's your fault. It's not taking away responsibility from her. It's saying that it's your fault when you guide the relationship for what you accept and don't accept, what you express and don't express within the confines of the relationship, and also you guide the relationship within the boundaries that you set up.
Yeah.
Which is what women want from the beginning.
They want a guy who's strong and who's very clear about why they think. They also, if you're being jealous or you're being you're being insecure, and those things will come. You'll be able to communicate those things at the same time, but it's not like I had a girl who was just she was a call girl, and we had a cool kind of relationship, but she's like, yo, I love you, and I'm like, yo, you selling pussy, like I can't. No, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying you can't be my girl, and then you going to work, and and your work is blowing dudes for money in a car. Like I can't. Like and she, well, I figured you would get it because of da. Yeah, I get it. I just don't want that. Like, just because I know that mint chocolate ice cream exists, don't mean I have to like it. I can still make.
And also, part of it is not just the jealousy part of it is like, I don't need to worry about a dude knocking you up, I don't even punching you.
It ain't even that. I just don't want. I don't want any of that. I don't want that in my life. If you got an OnlyFans and this is how you make your living, it says a lot about you in terms of you find that your body is the only thing that you find valuable.
So you could never date a girl who's OnlyFans.
I mean. I don't know. I don't know what the circumstances. I mean, if there's circumstances, but overall, I'm just not rocking with somebody like that unless I'm going to rock with them knowing they have an OnlyFans and then it's open and we're going to do whatever we want to do. I'm fine with that too. But I'm not.
You say you can't do monogamy and then OnlyFans?
I'm not doing that. I might not do that anyway, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, you get to, just like you hear women, especially on the internet, which is, I honestly think it's a lot of bullshit, where women go, I need a high value man, and he needs to make this, and he needs to be this, and he needs to do this. I need a man who's traditional. That I want him to pay. They get to make their choice.
Sure.
But so do you. You get to make your choice about what you want, and it don't have to be. You don't have to be nice about it. You could go, I don't like that.
So to me. And it sounds like y'all just kind of mixed in two principles, which is if you feel a ting on your balls, chances are you're about to get kicked in the nuts.
Right. Well, it's really more like if you want, relationships are easy if you know what your non-negotiables are and then never negotiate them. So if you've made a decision that this is a standard that you wish to operate your relationship on, then you don't negotiate that. I don't care how bad she is. I don't care because it ain't going to go nowhere, and it's not going to get better. Like, if you've decided that this is not the type of relationship you want, there's very, very few times that you're going to change that. You're not going to change that. All of a sudden, you're not going to be, I love liver and onions. Like, that never happens. It just, you like what you like. You're allowed to like what you like. They're allowed to like what they like. Now, don't get me wrong. As a woman gets older, the context of what she's willing to pull. I mean, it's all good when you have access to everything. When you're at the Chinese buffet and everything is there, everything is
all the same price. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Yeah.
But if you want to eat crab legs, though, you I mean, you either got to go to the Chinese buffet and fight people for the crab legs for the cheap price, or you got to go to a place that they're going to charge you for crab legs. It's just, it's about your standard and what you're willing to operate. So if that makes sense. So when we say it's your fault, there's always a moment where it is revealed to you where the relationship is going to go, what type of woman this is, and like what is her constitution. And then if you ignore that, right, that's your fault. And
let me add in from my perspective to simplify it for a little bit. There's always, what I realize is there's always somebody that is, as a man, women require way more than we do in terms of a dynamic of a relationship. So you're finding yourself in terms of incorporating her into your world. And she could be incorporated into your world based on your needs, your desires, what fulfills you. And then there's a trade-off of what you do that needs, desires, and what fulfills her. And a lot of times, especially in today's society, it's lopsided where we know we're doing more, we're creating more, we're sustaining more as a trade-off. And those have to be your terms. Right. Those have to be your terms. And if it's your fault, because it's your job as a man to set the terms, period.
Yeah. Yeah. And the terms, the understand that there's never an equal trade-off. I mean, there's a very specific, I don't want from a woman what she wants from me, and she doesn't want from me what I want from her. And what's going to happen is when you have a relationship, you're going to go places you don't want to go. You're going to do things you don't want to do. You're going to have to listen to shit you don't want to have to listen to. You're going to have to put up with shit that you don't have to put up with. And you have to spend money that you don't want to spend. That is part of being a man. And don't get me wrong.
That's just standard.
That's standard.
That's if the relationship is good.
It is also a situation where we have an understanding that that's what the dynamic of the relationship, and we're fine with it. My point is, if you understand that this is you're making a deal where the deal is at a deficit to you at the absolute the absolute point has to be you have to get out of the relationship what you want. Because you're already working at it. You're already not going to get what you put in it, which is fine. I mean, like you got to, I always use this as when you get a puppy. Right? You get a puppy, you got to pay for the dog bills, you got to pay for the food, you got to clean up the shit, you got to this. What is your trade-off? Your trade-off is that every day you come home, your dog is jumping up and down, is happy to see you. There's an energy that your dog gets. If you leave your dog and you go to the mailbox and you come back, the dog is happy to have you come back. And that's really what you know, that your relationship with a dog is it's not reciprocal. It's not fair. It's not, reciprocal in that you get the same, but you get from that dog the things that you want. Now, if you got a relationship where you have to keep her safe and keep a roof over her head and provide, and this, at the very least, you should get the things that you want, whatever that is. Now, you decide what that is. And if you're not going to get that, why make the commitment? She could do that on her own. Let her do it on her own. Why would you be in a situation where you make a deal with something where you get nothing in terms of what you want, and you have to give everything that you don't? And a lot of times women will want the marriage, but they want the wedding, but they don't want the marriage. So it's like, I want fidelity from you, but the minute we're married, I'm not gonna fuck you anymore. I'm gonna make you beg for I'm always got a headache. I got a this. Yeah. So I would say this one. I mean, this is just, sex is just one part of it. It's also what is the distribution of labor within the home. What are we going to do? What am I getting from this? And you got to have that conversation. You got to be clear about that conversation. If somebody is not measuring up, and even if they're already measuring up to you in the relationship, you need to have a conversation that this will continue, because trust me, it will change. When you get married, when you become together, that's going to change. So you got to be clear. You know, one of the things. I mean, sex is one of the biggest things. There's so many sexless marriages. You mean, look. You want me to not cheat. You don't want me to have options and stuff with other women. Then you need to take care of my needs. Now I understand if she's sick or she got hit by a train.
Not an excuse.
You just
not an excuse. Did your mouth get hit by that train?
But you got to understand is all of the things that you do, changing the oil, making sure she's safe, taking care of this, all of those things, none of that stops. So what you want out of it shouldn't stop either. And it should be clear. And you need to have a verbal conversation, conversation and a confirmation that things are not going to change. They're not going to change. And by you having that conversation, if it ends the relationship, then you know what the outcome was anyway.
Yeah.
You know, if you're having a talk about a prenup about your money and somebody don't want to have the
conversation,
then
that's no good.
Why would they not want to have a conversation about what is fair and equitable? Unless the intention is to not be fair and equitable. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's just not it's not an acceptable partnership.
And sometimes that happens. I mean, she has every right to go, I'm not doing that and
Sure.
Okay.
Well, do it alone. But you're not gonna strong arm me into thinking that I'm wrong. See, the thing is with the arguments is not just that. It'd be one thing if a woman said, that's not how I roll. I don't like that.
Right.
What they do instead is they turn it around.
You?
How dare you? That's inappropriate. Why would you do that? No one else does that. That's not a normal thing to do. What I'm asking is a normal thing to do. So that's where guys get caught up in the situation is women turn it into whatever rules that benefit them. That's the rules that they want to play by. Mm-hmm. In the moment or during the whole relationship, that's whatever they're comfortable with. That's what's appropriate, and anything else is inappropriate.
Right. Good boy.
Yeah. That's what I mean by it's our fault because we have to control them terms.
Yeah.
The minute it becomes what's comfortable to her, what benefits her, the minute you start adjusting to that, then you're losing everything. You know, women operate based on their feelings, and feelings change as the weather. So if you're going to try to dictate the dynamic of a relationship based on a woman's rules, you're going to be constantly working.
Yeah.
Now, what about people who say that's sexist?
I don't care.
Ain't this kind of where you you got to implement reasonable, fair, and firm?
Because reasonable RFF, but somebody says that's sexist. I hate to use this term. You're gaslighting me. Like it's just like you have a preference. This is what you want, and that's okay. And I can't. If I don't want to fuck with a fat bitch, I'm not gonna fuck with a fat bitch. If I don't want a skinny chick, I'm not gonna have a skinny because trust
Lord knows
me,
they don't when they don't want it.
If it don't work for them, they quit. They drop you like a hot potato. As soon as it doesn't work for them, you end up having a problem.
And it is whatever's theirs in the moment. Whatever. Oh, there we go. What do we got? Oh,
big shout! $10 from Xavier Corina. Thank you, brother. You're the best. You're always looking out. And also $20 from Vivian on the Cash App. The Cash App is open. You'll put it up. Put that. So does that make sense to you, bro?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I think that there's always people that will tell you, "Oh my God, how could you do this? Why would you do it?" I don't give a fuck.
Completely ignore that, man. Like your terms doesn't have to be your terms are your terms, and somebody's opinion on it being sexist or anything like that is irrelevant. Right? You got women that say I don't date short guys. Right? Like if your preference is your preference, but stick to your terms. Like if you deviate from your terms to subject yourself to disrespect and not the proper treatment that you want, that is still your fault. If a woman is disrespecting you, let's say that, you have to create that space for her to disrespect you.
Yeah. Because if you shut it down and you're not available, then that can't happen.
Yeah. You got to check. And trust me, women are. Isn't it a woman's nature to test you?
Yeah.
So if you don't check it and check it, assertive and calm and strong and just draw your boundary and your line, that she's going to continue to test you. So usually when you end up in situations of disrespect, especially if it's continuous because it's been happening a long time,
Yeah.
and you just never checked it.
Yeah, yeah. And I always have these little T-shirt type sayings that keep it together. It's a woman gives you shit to make sure you are the shit. So her intention, the test that you run or the test that you don't pass, tells her that you're not worthy of her time, because you're willing to take whatever you want to take. And if you're willing to treat a motherfucker any way that they want, that you want to be treated, then fine. And you go with the guy who's going to do what you want them to do when they want to do. But that guy, they don't never respect that guy. And they always fall out of love with that guy, even if they do. Even if they do fall in love with them. It's crazy. I know a young lady who literally had she had a situation where she had been married. One dude was abusive. The second dude, she had 2 kids with the first dude, and they broke up. He was abusive. The second dude, she said, I'm gonna marry a guy who's like not really that good looking. He's not really in my class. And she married. And the minute she started falling in love with him, he started fucking everybody. He was a basketball coach, and he was fucking everybody's mom at the basketball coach. As soon as he got to the point, because he also didn't have the self-esteem, so it was like this was a win for him. But then the fact that she gave him access, this is what happens a lot of times. Like you wonder how this works, but what happens is if you don't have the self-esteem and somebody gives you access, what you basically say is, subconsciously, you go, I ain't shit. But this person he or she doesn't even realize that I ain't shit. So they must not be shit because they like me. Like, how could you like me when I ain't shit, right? And that subconsciously that happens sometimes, and it moves forward. And then the person, because you're tolerating their nonsense, they go, yeah, you basically told me that you're not worthy. So who knows you better than you? So if you don't think you're worthy, why do I think you're worthy if you don't? So it all becomes self-fulfilling. That's why the lies don't really. You can lie and what don't come out in the wash comes out in the rain. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Yep, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
Always.
All right. Cool. Yeah, it's something that you was talking about. I heard you on something you were talking about being the side dude or something.
Oh yeah. That's I'm a career side dude, man. That's my thing. I'm a side dude right now. I'm in love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry this chick as long as she keep her main dude.
Now, is that because you just don't want the problems of being the main dude?
It's not that it's the problems of main dude. So the way that I look at women they're perfectionists, right? So if you ever dealt with a woman, you can take a woman, she'll get dressed for the night, she'll have on the perfect dress, perfect makeup, perfect hair. She'll chip one nail on her pinky and everything's ruined, right? So if you're with a woman long enough, your strengths become taken for granted.
Yeah.
And she'll only see you through a lens of what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
So my thing as a side dude is I find a guy that is 95% doing everything right, then this woman looks at him for that 5% of what he's not, and then I get all her happiness, all her fun, all her sex, all her good time based on being the 5%.
5% investment.
That man's not. And it sounds terrible, but I've been the 95% guy a couple of times.
Yeah.
And in my jaded, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Traumatized space, I just believe it's better to be the guy 5% that she's happy to see because I'm just the parts that he missed, that he's not.
Yeah.
And I get the best of her, and she will literally sit back and complain about what this guy's missing.
And as she's goggling your balls.
Dude, best case scenario.
Yeah. But there's guys who want a real relationship, and the only way that you can change that is you got to be willing to remove all those things that she's taken for granted. And as soon as there's a a moment where you feel as though you're not being appreciated for what you have to. Yeah, we could just not do this.
Well, so it's easy, right?
Yeah.
And so what happens is most guys flip the dynamic. If you guys is listening, every woman that has chose you, every woman that you got involved with, she's seen you from a place of pedestal. Right? Women believe in hypergamy. So if she chose you, she had to initially believe that you were better than her, that she was dating up.
Sure,
Where guys destroy that for themselves is society tells you when you get this girlfriend that sees you as an up option, then you turn into whatever you want, babe. This is for
it's
you,
about
babe.
happy
Whatever
life,
makes you
happy
happy,
wife,
babe.
yeah.
Whatever this, that, and the other. And now, how can you be in a hypergamous up situation if you are serving her?
Right.
So you lose your luster.
Yeah.
Right? So once these guys lose their luster, then the woman looks for another guy in a hypergamous scenario, and I slide into that position with 5% of the effort.
And I think there are some women that don't
You get a lot of return on that dick investment.
Hey, listen.
He buys low, sells high.
Buys low, sell high, bro. I buy low, sell high.
And I think to be in a marriage situation, you have to always be taking that temperature and also be ready. Yeah, we could just not do this. Like, you got to be willing to shut that down.
The hard check, bro. You have to hard check.
And that hard check is not something that you're going to do once, and you're going to do it throughout the whole relationship. And if you want to maintain that relationship, there's always the hard check. And the minute you start slipping on where you you see what's going on and you don't give the hard check.
Man, my steering wheel has ridges in it from the U-turns I make. From the we're done. Let's just take this back. Let's go home.
Yeah.
But we got reservations. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
We're going home.
Yeah.
But you
acting
also
right.
have to do it in the relationship. Like, you have to do it not just in the day to day, but because if you're doing it in the day to day, turning around on a If I got some situations where somebody's nagging and and I got to turn around once, the second time I got to turn around, the relationship's over. Like, that's what's on the line. And that's, I think, where Harry and y'all both talk about giving somebody, I want to be reasonable. I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, and I've said this 1,000 times, it don't get better. So if somebody's being disrespectful, and Punisher knows me back in my youth, if a nigga disrespected me, I
give him a
rocked
pass.
it.
Sorry, no. Is that not where you're going?
I passed him.
Oh, okay.
I rocked him. Even if he didn't even understand the consequences, he'll find out. Even if it was a mistake, I could apologize afterwards. I've knocked the dude out and then apologized. Man, I was a little bit too forward, too antsy. I apologize. But I'm checking you first, because if I don't check you, then now I got to fight off the fact that I'm not man enough. You know what I mean? And the same thing is when you're getting this thing. I mean, I talked about this 100 times. Like, when I said, I was dating a girl and I wasn't getting no head, and I was like, yo, like, what's up? There's no head going on here?
What the problem is?
And she was like, oh, I'm just really not, I'm not good at it. And I was like, well, I'm here to practice. You can practice all day. You don't even got to sign up for court time. You know what I mean? Just show up. We give you a racket, and you can get right back in there, right? And what has happened over and over again is there's a moment, because I take a stand, and there's like this, well, I'm going to do this, and then it's good for a while, and then it starts weaning off. But the second time it happens, you got to understand what the subtext of that is I'm not doing what you want me to do. I don't give a fuck. I
don't care how you feel about it.
Yeah, you told me that this makes you unhappy. You should fix that immediately. And if you're not fixing it, understand this, dudes. Fellas, if it's, and this is women too, and especially with women, if you got a guy and you guys cheating on you and he cheats on you and you let him come back and then there's any inkling of that afterwards, the dude constitutionally he's a cheater. He's gonna keep cheating. If you got a woman that's disrespectful, you talking crazy out of her, and she does it, you don't need 4 or 5 explanations. One, I told you what it is. I don't like this. The correction should happen. We got a call?
We got a $5 super chat from Mr. Slideaway.
All right.
He says, "Hey guys, any advice on going to the club/party alone? My friends never want to go."
I can answer that. I'm in the club alone all the time.
Go ahead.
Me, honestly, man, I don't know where you live at, but it's an advantage to be at a club alone, right? As a single guy, because number one, a group of guys is intimidating, right? A group of guys is intimidating. So my flow when I go out alone is I always just chill by the bar, because girls obviously come back and forth to the bar to get their drinks or whatever. But I don't chill there looking weird. You gotta chill there with an energy like you own the place, like you come there all the time, like you cool with the bartender. Just act like it's your home. And
that's the same thing I do when I go to Wendy's. You know what I mean? Be cool.
And as girls come back and forth to the bar, right? Act like you're the host of the club. Hey, how you doing? You having a good time? How you whatever? And then don't act like a guy that's trying to pick a chick up.
Well, that speaks to what we talk about when we talk about laying the 5 bricks.
There you go.
Is not communicating, non-transactional communication. Yeah. I'm not talking to you to get something, but go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah. So hang out by the bar. You're less intimidating than being there with 2 other guys.
Yeah.
So if you have it, Mr. Slideaway, the run up in the spot by yourself is going to work to your benefit. Hang by the bar. Always keep a drink in your hand. Don't get twisted, but always keep a drink in your hand. Seem social. Seem like you're always there. And as girls come up, lay a brick and see how it goes for you.
Yeah. I there's always this like I have these moments in my life where these revelations happen to me. I remember back when I was still dancing, and I got hired for like an after. You know how they would have back in the days have a after work party, right? So I have the after work party. Now I probably was laying up with some chick all day, and now I got to get up at 7 o'clock and go do a show at like 8 o'clock or maybe 8 o'clock, and I get up and every guy in there's got this, they got this like down Wall Street area, and everybody's got their suit on, and they got their Brooks Brothers shoes on, and and they just want to buy a girl a drink and maybe have a little conversation and stuff. And I remember walking in, I had on like a suede duster, like some alligator cowboy boots and some jeans, and I used to carry saddlebags, like this. Sure,
that you put on a horse.
I just throw the saddlebag over, and I fucking walk in, and I'm like, "Who's the promoter?" And he'd be like, "Oh, it's me." And I'm like, "What time we getting this done? I'm trying to get out of here." And they'd be like, "Well, we're just gonna wait till the crowd fills, and then we do it. It's good. We'll start at like around 8 o'clock." I said, "All right, 8 o'clock. I'm here." And I'm sitting over in the corner, and I look like a piece of shit. I'm well put together, but I'm the dude. I'm not buying you a drink. I'm not going to do what you want. I'm not going apple picking. I don't look like the guy who's going apple picking. I'm not going pumpkin picking.
You're not reeking desperation.
No, dog. I am there. It's there.
Which is ironic because those guys in Brooks Brothers suits, they probably loaded.
Oh, they just want to, can I drop you home? Can I buy you a drink? Do you want something to eat? You want some, how can I?
Somebody goes, Dante's horse tied up near the parking meter.
It's a black horse too. It's a black horse.
It's the only horse smoking a Marlboro cigarette. You're like, how's a horse smoking a cigarette?
And they going, and the women are, and I look like trouble. Like I look like I ain't gonna do what you want. If I smash you, I'm gonna have to smash you in the car because I'm not playing for the telly. And they can't stop. And pardon you, they can't stop watching you. All the guys in the suits, they're looking over them, trying to look past them. But they want to know who the guy is. Harry, remember that? Remember when we
ladies' party?
Ladies' party was one time, yes. But remember we went to the club and that Dominican chick. Remember the one we was?
I think that was a strip club, no?
It was Laney's party too, but
it was
wasn't
a second. It was a different Laney.
the
We went to
first
a
Laney's
couple of
party. Right,
Laney's
right. Was
parties,
the right, and I would just sit at the bar and write jokes at the bar and watch basketball.
Right. Yeah, you weren't up there trying to get lap dances. Because I remember some of those comedians we went with. They got way too excited.
Oh my God!
I was watching it from the balcony with my chick. I go, these.
No, not that one. The other spot we went to right over by
9th Avenue or whatever. That
yeah,
one?
by the
horse
convention
stables.
by the convention
Yeah,
center.
yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, that's
and
where
remember that.
that's who you were just sitting.
She's like, who are you? What's your deal? I'm nobody. It's fine. What are you doing? They're curious because you're not interested because they're so used to guys being thirsty.
Yeah.
But the other one was like this chick who was like kicking it with me, and then fucking the guy who she had come was supposed to be friendship. And you know what? I'm gonna even go names. Fuck this. Jeffrey Gurian.
Sure.
Was supposed to be a friend of the show, but did like fuck shit. So, and this is why people ask me what came, and the chick was like trying to get at me, and he fed her an hors d'oeuvre, like while I was talking to her, just like some real fuck shit, right?
Sure.
Like, and she was so mad because she was like, "We ain't together. I'm not fucking your." Like, it wasn't even like that. But he was trying to piss on the tree to kind of let me know.
Territory. Yeah.
And so she was so pissed that she left the club. She was like, I need to go for some air because I'm about to kick this little motherfucker in his wrinkled neck, right? And so while she left, this little bad Colombian chick went. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, another one, right?
I think you got 3 that night.
Yeah.
You hit for the cycle, if I remember.
And I'm sitting there with the chick. I think it was 2 chicks, and she came back, and she was like, "Oh, I'm getting ready to leave." And I was like, "Oh, let me get your number." Like I'm
right.
with the two, and then this Colombian chick, she goes, I'm mad at you. Why? You getting phone numbers with me standing right here? I go, we haven't even fucked yet. You possessive already? You gonna be a problem. You like me that much already? We ain't even fucked yet. She was like, I'm not jealous. You sound jealous.
You got all the makings of jealous.
Hold on, let me get this number, and I'll come back. And your ability to know, to make it clear that you have options is what
it
changes.
increases your value.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's not we're not trying to teach... Because it's funny, because I've been listening to Sam Roberts' show, and they talk about mystery. And, mystery, the pickup artist, and he calls it the Venusian arts or whatever. And it's all about, like, creating this facade of, like,
now, are they for it? Or?
No. They're very much mocking the Venusian arts as mystery. It talks about creating a set and talking about I just came back.
Yeah,
from
they
a
got
big caper.
diagrams and all kinds of shit and bump to scene A to scene B and isolate and it's just all this stuff. It's just naturally you just gotta naturally not.
But yeah, the point is not to create pretend that you're creating this.
You gotta
it should
be
be a
that.
natural because you have to also. So for example, when that Colombian chick is like, "How could you do that?" Another guy would be like. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I like you.
I don't know you.
I just didn't know if you wanted my number. And you just got to go, look, I don't know you. I mean, if you like to get to know each other, give me your number.
Which is honest, though. It's like, now I got to change my whole life because you a bad bitch and you like me?
Because you're upset that I didn't fall for your spell like everybody else did?
Then it was I think I went 2 of them or whatever. I don't even
There was
remember.
an Asian one at the end, if I recall. That was it was one of those nights. I was there. That was like Jordan's flu game, I remember that night. Because that was the night I met my chick, too. It was a magical night for everybody involved.
She came to see you, yeah.
Yeah, that was the night for everybody involved. And Lainey. Shout out to Lainey.
Shout out to Lainey.
Our favorite. Lainey and her whores. I like to say it. I say that with love because I love Lainey so much.
Yeah, Lainey's a PR person for a lot of porn stars.
Like a lot of adult film stars. And a sweetie. She's just a sweetie.
We got a call. Let's go.
Yeah.
What's your name? Where you calling from, family?
Ricky from Vegas.
What's up, Ricky? How can I help you, bro?
What's up, man? I called last week, but I think I got cut off. I was a guy who found you like maybe 2 weeks ago through
Yeah,
that interview you did with the Bagel Boss dude.
Yeah, I remember what's going on.
Bagel Boss? What
Remember
was
the little
this?
Bagel
No,
Boss?
I remember the Bagel Boss.
Yeah,
When did you do an interview with him?
I did his podcast, and I'm trying to help him with
Okay.
But he had a stroke because he was yelling and shit at me. You know, he's just losing his mind. But go ahead, talk to me, Rich.
Oh yeah. Okay, so my question was, like, I've been really liking, the videos that I've been catching up on.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing that I do have trouble with is like, all right, let's say you don't have that many girls that you're talking to, but you don't want to come out as like over too like, what's the word?
Anxious.
Like too desperate or something like that.
Anxious, yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah, or thirsty.
So
how do you do that if
you can't do it? You can't do it, and you can only not be anxious when you're not anxious. You can't fake not being anxious when you're anxious. And so this is why you need to put a consultation in at DanteNero.com. Click on consult, because we got to get you on the program. The whole point of laying the 5 bricks is so that you have options. It's so that you become familiar. And the question you're asking me is how do you act like an expert when you're not an expert? That's what you're saying. And if you think about any other sport, basketball, football, boxing, you can't fake it, because once you're in the game, you got to show and prove. And if you're not really the guy who you say you are, everybody's going to see, because there's a show and prove. Now, the thing with pickup artists and stuff like that, they teach you how to look as if you know what you're doing. And the minute you somebody pushes against those principles, you fall apart, because you know deep down that you ain't that dude. Like what I say a lot of times is that when you're all alone and the shadow from the ceiling fan is whipping across your face and you're by yourself, you know if you ain't shit. You could tell everybody you dope. You could tell everybody you're an alpha male. You could tell everybody that you're confident, but you know if you're not, because you got to look in the mirror. You can't lie to yourself.
Can I tap into that real quick?
Yeah.
So a pickup artist is going to teach you how to create a facade to manipulate and trick women into opportunity.
Into thinking you're confident.
Yeah, and Dante's giving you authenticity of you actually being that person. It's 2 different things.
And you can't fake it.
It takes a lot of reps too to get comfortable and not to feel desperate, because I mean, listen, when I first started out, it's like, oh man, I got this one. I don't want to lose it. It's so much work to get another one. I better not fuck this up, which is ironic, because that's how you end up fucking it up.
That's when you fuck it up. So you
Okay, no, but that's my question actually, because I've only had one relationship my whole life, and it was almost like 2 years.
How many times you actually had sex with women? What's your body count?
Like different ones, or just like
different ones.
Different ladies. Yeah.
Oh, different ones, like 2.
Okay, so
it took a long time for you to count that up, but I respect it.
Because I only been like in one serious relationship, but the thing is, like,
no judgment.
I know that's my question to you guys. It's like, so like in the beginning it was like kind of cool, because it was like I was kind of talking to a few girls, but then like once you get in a relationship, like how do you?
Yeah, but why would you get in a relationship when you had a few chicks on the hook? Like you're not going to be able to maintain that relationship unless you have practice in having relationships. You understand? Like how could you? Each step, it's the difference.
Well, it's almost like he's asking 2 different questions.
Yeah, he is asking. There's a difference between racing cars and fixing cars and designing cars. Those are 3 different jobs, even though the word car is in all of them and they're connected, but they're not, the work is not the same. So the only way you can learn how to get access to women and have sex with women, that is a skill. Once you have sex with a woman and you trying to take it into a relationship, that is also a skill. Once you marry or when the relationship becomes solidified, that is another skill. If you haven't done it, how could you possibly be good at it? You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of times we hold ourselves to a standard that I think is unfair for us to hold. If you've never played ping pong, and I am an Olympic ping pong player, you can't possibly expect to beat me. right? It would be, and if I beat you and then I made fun of you, and this is the first time you play ping pong, you would say to me, dude, it's the first time I've ever played.
Yeah.
Right? That makes sense to you, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. But I guess though, I see what you're saying. Like all of them have the attributes, but I feel like it's kind of like 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 when I got that girlfriend, like I guess I was acting that a certain type of way, but like I feel like once you're in a serious relationship, you can't, unless you're just gonna be in a serious relationship and then like have 3 other girls on the side. Like it's kind of hard to keep that.
No,
same,
what I'm saying to you is, first of all, when you're saying this, right? It's you're forming. I can hear you forming a philosophy about this. And no offense to you, but I don't give a fuck about the philosophy that you get ready to come up with, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And that's no disrespect to you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, how do you have an opinion on this? Do you know what I
No,
mean?
I was asking the question.
No,
The
that
question
wasn't.
is, like,
That wasn't. You said I feel like this, and then don't get me wrong. I'm not coming at you. I just want you to understand that each one of those steps are concisely different. There is a different dynamic than you
Different disciplines that you
bagging a
have
chick
to
up,
maintain. Yeah.
having a relationship and maintaining a relationship, having a marriage and having where there's a commitment where you have kids. There's a different dynamics, and you have to practice that. So when you get the first girl that you get, say you said your body count was 2, so you hooked up with somebody. I guess it was a hit and run or something that didn't last, right? But because you don't have options, right? Any girl that's nice to you, you like them. Right? And then you want to keep them because you don't have options, correct?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The 5
Let me
bricks.
finish.
That's what I'm
Let
saying.
me
Like,
finish.
you-
Let me
like,
finish.
let's say if you
Let
get
me
a girl,
finish.
do you
Let
still
me
do the 5
finish.
bricks?
Let me finish. So what I'm saying is the only way that you can know what it's like and believe that you can do this over and over again is the only way you're going to believe that is if you do it, right?
Yeah. But my question was like, do you still do the 5 bricks? Let's say you want to
Absolutely.
get in a relationship.
No, you don't. You shouldn't. Why are you getting in a relationship when you haven't figured out the first part?
But let's say like, okay, because like you said, because I've seen your past videos, like the whole point of the 5 bricks is to get used to talking to women, and that's so you have like options. But let's say you want to get with one of them, do you still continue doing like the 5 bricks even though you're still
but you
with
have
one
to
of them?
master. You got to master the 5 bricks first, though. So you should be, before you have a relationship and you move on, you should be able to walk up in a spot, bag a chick up, if not, hit it. I mean, pun. How long you think is a? If you walk up in a spot, you back. How long between you meeting her to smashing her? How long? I don't even know if I want to ask you this because it's going to be ridiculous. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be conservative, right? And I'm gonna say, honestly, you should be able to smash a woman after the first date, and not saying that she's fast or whatever. But what you gotta understand is, if a woman's going on a date with you, that's because you can smash.
Yeah.
Women don't go out with guys unless they're using you, right? You
Yeah.
have that anomaly of they're using you and they just want a free meal. But if she's interested in you, she already decided that you can smash. It's up to you not to talk your way out of it.
Harry, what would you say?
I would have to agree with Pun on that. Like you got to get to the point where you can do that. I think it's different with each time depending on your confidence and how comfortable you are with it. I don't think there's any hard set.
I've also had something I used to say is I don't mind not fucking. I mind can't fucking. Meaning, if somebody likes me, I'm cracking. There's clearly going to be a vibe there.
Yeah.
And if she says no, I'm just, and then I say, listen, I don't understand what the. I mean, we're adults. You like me, yes. And then she'll say, well, I'm just not really that comfortable. Da 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 da. But we're gonna have a conversation about this because I want her to understand what my expectations are. Then I'm not going to continue to waste my time. Now, if she's telling me, well, maybe she was molested or maybe she's this or she's out, she might be able to. And I go, well, look,
Pun don't care. He's like, listen. That's different. I didn't. This is Punisher.
Then I give you a date, but I'll give you one more date, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But I ain't giving you. But we're not. When I hear a guy,
you're not doing 90 days like Steve Harvey says.
Steve Harvey. I mean,
you're not thinking like a man.
Dumbest advice I ever heard in my life.
Dumbest shit. It's because even a guy who ain't fucking a play. He could.
I guess you guys don't have a suit with 17 buttons on it.
I mean, I got 3 buttons. 3 is no.
No, not enough.
2,
not enough.
2, no,
not enough.
2
So,
buttons.
but
One last question.
Wait,
One last question.
let me finish answer the question. So what I'm saying is, you have to get comfortable with being able to move from the basics of cold calling, hollering at a chick, taking her out on a date, going out on a date, and then moving it to sex.
Ricky, the thing is, you could end up in a relationship with somebody, but there's a difference between ending up in a relationship and choosing to have a relationship and being in control of that relationship. So it's not just about landing the girl, quote unquote. It's about keeping it and also being in control and having a comfort there, not like you're holding on and hoping. There's a difference between like riding a horse and then hoping that the horse doesn't throw you off. Like, I'm just going to survive this.
Yeah, you
and
can't
you're
survive.
In a place,
you have to be in a level of comfort.
You're in a place where if you end up in a relationship, you're going to just try to survive that relationship and hope that it all works
out. And it's not.
It's not. It can't work that way.
She's going to dump you.
The rodeo, when they open the gate.
Yeah. 8 seconds. You're trying to get 8 seconds. And
you're trying to survive.
A lot of guys don't get the 8 seconds.
But like what Punisher is saying, he's not. He's of the mentality now where if he goes out on a date, he's not like hoping that she wants to have sex with him. Like, well, I hope this all works out. He knows, like, I have a decent amount of control that I can make this happen because of the confidence.
If I want to, I might decide not to, depending on if she gives me red flags. That's going to take me the other way.
Man, if Pun's at the Red Lobster, it's going down.
Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong, man. I never plan like an intention. Like, it's not like I meet a girl and I date because I'm trying to.
No, I get what you're saying.
But I already understand.
Yeah.
I already understand if we are going out on a date, then there is a level of attraction, and she's just waiting to get to a place of her comfort.
Yeah.
So you got to understand, it's about a woman's comfort that determines that. And since I understand that, I'm not gonna create an energy that would disturb her comfort.
But Ricky, okay, so so part of it is like you have to get comfortable with just putting up the numbers of even just talking to women, just going out with them before you focus on a relationship. But what was your other question, Ricky?
So, like, because I've been watching the videos and all that, like, I've kind of seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, sexual discipline is kind of, like, a big part on this, because, like,
sexual
like you said,
discipline,
like,
you said?
You should discipline, like you said, you should be able to walk away. Like, so if you're able to walk away, that means you're kind of, like, you're not too thirsty for like the sex and all that. Is that like a major part of it too? Because I feel like that's kind of one of my biggest weaknesses. I kind of like give in because like I kind of want the sex.
Yeah, being able to walk away regardless whether it's sex or not. If anything that makes you unhappy within the confines of her behavior or the relationship that you think is inappropriate or that you're not comfortable with, you should be able to walk away whether it's sex or not. The thing is, Ricky, that you're going to have, and I was the same way, you're going to have trouble walking away because I mean, for lack of a better word, you're desperate, which is fine. I get it. I was in that situation too. Because you're like, oh man, I never know when I'm going to get another opportunity with a girl because it took so long to get this one that you're desperate to not want to walk away. But that is ironically, that's what women respect is your ability to walk away.
And so I think the truth of the matter is it depends what your goal is. If your goal is to have sex, then you can determine your level of tolerance, right, to reach that goal. If your goal is a relationship, you can't let your pursuit of sex allow you to tolerate and deal with things that are crossing your boundaries, because then you're setting a negative precedent for what your relationship
that you'll tolerate anything as long as the sex happens, which is ironic because then the level of how much sex happens will go down as she continues to lose respect for you because you're doing anything to have sex with her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, Ricky might be Dirk Diggler, right? He might lay the best sex on her as possible.
Nice piece.
Right? So I'm not going to say it's a guarantee the sex will be compromised, because if you're a great lover, she's going to want to have sex with you. But just because keeping somebody happy is more than just sex happening or not happening. So I think you got to understand with the teachings and the videos that you're asking, it's not a pickup artist thing to just get you to a place of to have sex. It's try to build you well-rounded as a man to have sex, sustain a relationship, stay in a position of control that is to your benefit of enjoying the relationship, and how much you compromise that to just get to the sex can compromise the bigger picture, and you have to decide how much of that you're gonna gauge.
Yeah. Does that make sense, Rick?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Now, I mean, so, the focus for you has to be getting the reps and getting comfortable just communicating with women and not hoping that you fall into a relationship, because then you're surviving. You said you've been listening to the show for 2 weeks?
Yeah, I found the Man School 202 through the Bagel Boss, the interview. And I've been just watching the videos and stuff.
What's the last date you've been on, Ricky?
Months, man.
It's been
A
months.
long time.
What's been going on lately? What have you been doing?
Just work, and sometimes I'll get maybe some matches, but they'll be chicks who are really I'm not attracted to at all. But I don't know. It's just been I don't know. Just it's hard to kind of make the, and I sound like a pussy right now, but it is hard to make the first move. So that's why I do think that when any chick that's even somewhat decent shows me interest, I kind of get hyper thirsty. Even though I try to tell myself not to do it, it's just it's hard for me not to do it.
Yeah. Well, the practice is going to come from the repetition, because what happens is, and you have to just get out there more, not just on the apps. You're in Las Vegas, so. I mean, there's plenty of nightlife out there that you should be experiencing. That's why laying the 5 bricks is important, because right now you're not laying any bricks. You're just online swiping left or swiping right. That's not really giving you any practice of actually communicating, right? So you got to get out there and communicate with these girls. And then, then the irony is you'll get more comfortable you'll get bored if you do it long enough of just having a regular interaction with them. Right.
Yeah, that's what I really need to do. I need to come out of my shell, because I am kind of very self-conscious, and I am shy, but I need to stop being a pussy about it. I always tell myself not to, but I'm not gonna make an excuse, but it is hard for me. But I'm gonna keep trying at it to force myself to do it.
Well, that's the whole thing with the 5. You want to say?
Yeah. Well, listen. What I will say, and listen, I always say this transparently. I have trouble approaching and talking to women, so stop calling yourself a pussy. It happens to the best of us. Right?
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, that's something that I struggle with to this day. So what I would say to you is, don't focus your bricks on women you're interested in and women you're attracted to. You in 7-Eleven, compliment the cashier. You're at the supermarket, compliment that person. You see your mail lady, compliment that woman. You start with just making yourself as comfortable as can be with just having.
And the compliments have to be non-sexual, right? That's what I right. Just genuine compliments.
Yeah, they have to be non-sexual,
non-sexual,
non-transactional compliments. Yeah,
and just get to a point where those just flow, and then transition that to every woman you see if you can. If there's something you can transition, but don't start with if you only focus on the women you're interested in, you keep yourself at a high level of intimidation. So just start with whatever woman you see, whatever woman you can compliment. I don't care if it's, grandma baking some cookies. You pay a compliment until it becomes, casual and normal to you, and then you can
it becomes commonplace.
Keep that going.
Yeah,
and it has to be an array of different women. It should be the attractive ones and the old ones. It has to be everything. But initially, when you're laying the 5 bricks, you're not even trying to get a response. You're not even trying to get a thank you. You have to work on being confident enough to just say the compliment and keep it moving.
And not expect anything in return.
And not expect anything. Because the bottom line is what Punisher was saying, if he goes out alone, he's not expecting anything.
Right.
He knows it's capable. He knows that he can pull it off. And he knows that because it's happened so many times before. But if you're
hoping and praying,
if you're gambling, if you gamble and you wait, your rent is at stake. Like if you're gambling with your rent money, and you know if you don't win, you're gonna be put out on the streets. There's an anxiety that happens, and then once you let emotion have a seat at the table, then that anxiety starts. You're not even gonna present yourself well anyway because you're gonna be thirsty. Because you know that there's all these things at stake. So do a consultation, man, and I'll talk you through it. There's a reason why I do the things the way I do. There's a reason why the amount of number laying the 5 bricks every day. There's a reason why we do it weeks on in advance. There's a reason why we continue to do it way after that. Even when you have a girlfriend, you can do it without closing the deal, just to keep your tools sharp.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong with being social, as long as you're not being social with the intention on being unrighteous, you know?
Yeah.
So.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Ricky. A new listener. We're getting one from scratch here, huh?
Oh yeah.
It's fun to follow from.
Yeah.
From scratch.
It happens. It happens. They call in. Phone lines up, please. Dom. It's an interesting thing. It's like you cannot one of the things that I've learned just in all my years is that you can't lie. I mean, you can lie. I'm not saying you can't lie. People lie every day, but you will be found out that you're lying. If people give enough of a fuck, if people have an investment, you're gonna what don't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse. So we're gonna find out.
Yeah, I want to speak to address something. I glanced to the chat, and I guess I triggered or offended somebody by saying I'm the side dude. And he was like, that guy's greasy, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Oh, that's what that was in reference
to?
to?
I'm assuming that's what that was referenced to. So just as a caveat, I don't pursue or go after. Like, I'm not trying to seduce a woman that's involved. But what happens is if a woman approaches and she has a situation, I'm not going to turn her away. And the truth of the matter is, as greasy you want to look as you want to look at me as if I'm the fault.
We got a call.
It's not my responsibility to respect the man. It's her responsibility.
Yeah, it's her responsibility. It's not your responsibility to keep their relationship going.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I want to say.
It is you and your girl's relationship. And we got a call on the line. What's going on? Where are you calling from, family?
What's going on, fam? I'm calling from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Wow. Okay. What's going on? How can I help you?
And not much. Just a quick question. Typically, when you go out with women, they don't introduce you and they don't tell you what they like sexually. How do you go about finding out?
Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean they don't introduce you? What do you mean they don't introduce you? Give me a scenario.
For instance, if there's something that turns them on sexually, they're not going to tell you about it. Right.
Some women just not.
Or sometimes she might not even know she likes something.
Well, then you have to be this bastion of person where she feels trust and enough to talk to you about it. One of the things that I had, being you talk about being the side guy, right? Women are super open about whatever they want to do because they don't feel like you can judge them because they don't want to tell their main guys. So this is a trustful thing that you have to build. If you, I remember. Okay, so I'm gonna tell this story. It's a little greasy, but I remember this chick who I was fucking with this chick, and I was trying to get anal, right? Okay. And I hadn't.
That's definitely greasy.
It's greasy. It is greasy. And she didn't have, she hadn't prepared, this wasn't on the roster. So she didn't, enema, clean out, whatever. It's just, I'm just going for it. Wow. So I'm fingers and whatever and everything. And I got a bunch of doo-doo on my hand. I got doo-doo on my hand. Yeah, little sugar daddy. Oh, boy. Karma. So here's the thing. She knew that this had happened, and she was very uncomfortable. I wiped my hand in the sheet, right? Cleaned my hand off, and we kept fucking, right? I cleaned in the sheet, and I rolled the sheet up, right?
One-handed. Mid-stride.
Right? And we kept fucking, right?
Fuck it.
You didn't just grab her by the hair and let it...
Wipe it off?
No. So, but I
didn't rub her nose in it to teach her not to do that
again? And I didn't
again?
go, ew,
yeah.
like that.
what you have to understand is the fact that this woman is letting me go there, right?
Right.
She's trusting me enough to not make her feel uncomfortable. So what's funny is later on, she was we didn't really talk about, like, just after we got up, I got a basin and some hot soapy water and I fucking cleaned her up and blah 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 blah, which is just dope. Because it makes her feel comfortable about things that she wouldn't be like, because she's fucked up about that. There's never a situation where that happens and she's like, yeah, nigga, I got shit on the bed. If you got something, you probably got a problem. But I cleaned her up and then and I took the sheets, let's strip the sheets down and then we fucked again more. Jumped in the shower, blah 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 blah, we fucked more. But she told her girlfriend, she was like, yeah, he don't give a fuck. Like, he's a freak and he don't give a fuck. And she told the girlfriend about I was trying to get the ass and blah, 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 and then there was shit all over the sheets. But me not giving her the, oh my God, hold up. I didn't want her to feel uncomfortable because what was at stake was her ability to be open with me. And for me to respond to that in a negative way, it just flips the ship upside down. It sinks the ship. And now she's never going to trust me again.
Right.
So when somebody is being honest with you, you got to give them space to be honest.
I will say this. I think what he's trying to ask is women tend not to volunteer that information necessarily. Like, unless you're in a particular situation, like you are a side dude or, but
you have to communicate. You have to communicate with them, and while you're trying different things. But let me. I
also think you do that as you have to read body language, right? And as you're making out and doing things, you progress a little, and then you can have that discussion, or even in the middle of it, like you can try different things as she's comfortable with it. But you have to read the body language. Like, I remember sometimes I pull a girl's hair a little bit, and you can tell that if she likes it, because she'll gasp or whatever.
First of all, you do that. Don't pull the hair at the end. No, pull the hair from the base. You got to pull from the roots.
Yeah.
Because it's the.
I kind of find that the conversation plays a role because sometimes.
But sometimes you're going to have somebody who's just
traumas too.
Right. You're not going to have somebody who's going to communicate. A lot of times, women are not really in general. I mean, it's more so now. Women will talk about, but a lot of women. I mean, we're literally talking about this Epstein thing where these women have gone 30 years without talking about the fact that they have been raped as children or raped as children, and they're still quiet about it. Don't want to say who it was. So there's always this kind of stigma of you speaking up and. Speaking up is a difficult thing to do. So you got to be the bastion of trust. You got to build that trust so that she feels like she can honestly talk to you in a real way. And that's something that you just have to build with time. But if you're trying to try different things and trying to explore different things, what Harry said is absolutely true. You could tell if a chick if she's not enjoying something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I've smacked the chick in the face, and she turned, and I caught her eye, and she's like, "Ow!" You know, and you just gotta know. Okay, let's restart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think with some clarity with your question in terms, are these women you're already sexually active with, and you're trying to push the envelope, or this is very early on, and you just want to know before you get into it?
Both.
Know a little bit more before you get into it, but I'm not missing out on anything.
All right, so what I would say, man, is you are putting pressure on yourself in terms of satisfying her before you even get the opportunity to engage with her.
Yeah, horse before the carriage.
Yeah, so you're already putting your sexual performance pressure on, which I am. That is my thing, right? Mm. So. What I would suggest you do is make sure you educate yourself and hone in whatever skills and techniques or whatever you need with the baseline things, your stamina, knowing how to eat pussy, you know what I'm saying? Knowing how to do the things that will, let's say, baseline create satisfaction, and get to that point before you start embellishing on specifics.
And also, like, it should build, especially, it shouldn't be night one, that you get all this out in the open. Like, it should build as she feels comfortable and satisfied. She should open up more. You should create that space when she is happy and satisfied. And you can have discussions like, if there's anything you like, nothing's off the table, you tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. Chemistry has to be
Yeah,
developed.
absolutely. Yeah. It is a process, I've noticed.
Yeah,
After
of
you
course
spend
it's
so
a
much
process.
time with this specific person and, one thing leads to the other. I was just curious, if there was a way to kind of tweaking that a little bit, but
Well, you just got to.
there might
You
not
have to
be.
try. You have to try, and you have to pay attention. And the way I look at it is like, say if I'm trying, even if I'm just going down on her, there's things that I would do that, like, so for instance, make it graphic. If you're going down on a girl, some girls want.
Now you're gonna make it graphic.
Yeah,
You're giving
right.
us the
I
warning
give after the shit story.
Yeah.
The some girls don't want direct tongue to clit contact. They're too sensitive, so they can't take that direct contact. Some want small circles around the clit, some above the hood, some underneath the hood, some the tip of the tongue. Some they want you to paintbrush the pussy, like some, there's a plethora of different things. While you're doing it, what you're also should be doing is paying attention on what gets the response. Where does her body squirt? Where does she put? And not always when she's pulling away from you, because you don't want to be like where she's and she's running from you. You want where she raises, she'll tighten her butt cheeks and press her body towards you, towards your mouth. And even if you're in a situation where you're doing like she doesn't like direct content, that doesn't mean she won't like direct content. Once she warms up, she may grab your head and bury your, But you have to pay attention. You also got to you got to watch her diaphragm. I mean, one of the things that I watch all the time is diaphragm. Is you want that diaphragm to go up and down in a like shh. You don't want that Valsalvo effect with. That's not really what you're looking for. Is to be right behind. How do I put it? It's sort of like it's like like you ever see two kids play mirror where they stand in front of each other like they're standing in front of a mirror, and one initiates the movement and one follows the movement. If two kids are really in sync, you can't tell who is initiating the movement and who's following if they're really good at it. That's where you want to be. You want to be right behind the movement, just right behind it, just to push a little bit further to move, but you don't want to go too far, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Okay. All right. You got thanks for calling, bro. Appreciate you. You got something that you
Well, no, we do have a super chat from Angela Washington.
Hey Angie, what's up, baby?
She's just right. She just wanted she gave it a $49.99 one. So this
thank you, Angela. You're the best.
She just says, "Aloha, long time no see. It's really nice catching you guys live this evening. I hope you all have happy holidays." So
thank you, darling. You're the best.
Yeah, if you're gonna take the time to write us a nice little super chat, I want to make sure we get it in before we close out.
Yo, and Angie's a bad little motor scooter.
Is she?
Yeah.
I've never seen Angie. Have you seen Angie?
Cutie. Stop playing. She looking for something legit. So hit Angie up.
Yeah.
Before I do.
Aloha. Maybe she's in Hawaii. She might have some cash there. Do your thing.
Anyway, thanks, Angie. You the best, baby. Thank you. You're the best. You're absolute best. Let me just check. Big shouts real quick. Thanks for $20 from Lloyd Hinton. You're the best, bro. Thank you so much for calling in, man, and y'all supporting us. Don't forget to support us on the Cash App.
Also follow us on Patreon, patreon.com/manschool202. That's where we're doing all the bonus content every week, classic episodes of Man School and the Beige Phillip Show when we first started out. All those are getting uploaded on patreon.com/manschool202.
You want to go plug your shit? We're going to shut this
Oh, yeah. Also, follow my channel, at Harry Turjanian. That's where all my stuff is. I have a little show that I do up there called Harry Has ADHD. I'm going to start up again in the new year. It's a lot of fun. That's where I put all of my stand-up clips. And if you want a consultation with me, email me at advicefromharry@gmail.com.
Just follow me on @getpunished.com and check out my book if you want to hear. It's got my life stories, some crazy, crazy stories, some good information for guys on building your confidence and sexual anxiety and issues. It's called In Search of Freezer Meat. It's on Amazon. Pick it up.
Yo, check me out on my platforms, Instagram, Dante Nero, Man School 202, and check out my YouTube page. I've been putting up some new stuff. I've been really working on trying to get that built. So please subscribe. If you're on Godfrey and Godfrey We Trust, please follow me on those channels too. On both channels, please just click on that. Don't forget the Patreon, please. Patreon is the best way to support this channel so we can keep it going, keep it coming. Also, you control the Patreon. It's like the people on the Patreon decide what the topics are, and then we cater ourselves to that because y'all are the inner circle of the family. Also, don't forget the consultations at DanteNero.com. Click on consult. And y'all know the Cash App, man. Thank y'all so much. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, What Would Dante Do? Sexual Revolutions being podcasted. I love y'all, man. Peace. Thank y'all for coming in, y'all. Peace.
Man School 202. Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women.